What's up, boys? Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Hope you guys put some good scratch in on Tony Finau, who's made quite the run today. But I want to get into two things with you guys today. One is my editing process. So, which platforms I use, why I use these platforms, what are some pros, what are some cons, some like weird kind of under the hood stuff. But also, that's the other thing I wanted to talk to you about. Shout out to the GOAT, Deion Sanders. Is that what we're seeing at Jackson State right now? And obviously we've got, you guys have permission because of him, but what you see with the Dana Beers out there doing right now, it's almost like they're filming an under the hood of Deion Sanders. I mean, he's been out there in Mississippi or wherever the hell Deion lives for weeks and weeks now, just filming and editing out there. And I think that could be really pivotal for you guys too. So if you think about it, you could have a producer or a cameraman, game day. What's going on. Doesn't have to go in the locker room or anything like that, but what's taking place? What are some of the pre-game rituals that go into being on the biggest of stages when it comes to football? Playing in the NFL, what time you wake up, what are you eating for breakfast? I mean, what do you do to get yourself in the zone? Because you talk about it on the pod and it's great content, but now we can see, even a little more behind the scenes of it as well. And it can even just be along the sidelines. So I don't know what permission that is, and maybe we don't have that because of our great relationship with Goodell here. But at the same point in time, you've seen it with Chiclets where they get some behind the scenes. You're now going to be seeing it with Jackson State. And I think that this is a great thing to be able to take a page out of their book and bring it over here to Boston and just say, all right, we got an under the hood for week 2 when the Titans played the Colts. I mean, holy shit, what's going to happen? So I think that'd be awesome to see and giving kind of especially the fans, not even just of podcasting, but fans of football, a look behind the curtain of what you guys do on a day-to-day basis. Okay, now we're into the editing process. So when I first started working with my own podcast, I did everything in Anchor. Realized that there was not nearly enough feasibility for that. And we already talked about audio, which is why I upgraded to Audacity. But again, it's free. I'm using the free version. I didn't pay for the pro stuff. And that's where a lot of people that use Skype can also have an advantage, because when you pay for the pro version of Skype, you can most likely get a better product. But when I'm in Audacity, I can get clean audio the way I want it to be. All right. So video, that's what's most important here, is because when I first started doing videos, if you look on this YouTube channel at all, you'll see that the first, large handfuls of videos are ass quality. And that's because I just didn't know what I was doing. I was using my laptop camera, and the laptop's about 5 years old. It's an old MacBook Air. And then I was only using QuickTime. And because I just wanted to get the thoughts out and get them out there, but there needed to be some production value. So what I decided to do was I decided to upgrade to getting this stand, which my phone's on right now. It's a light ring, and using my phone, because my phone is much newer and the camera is much better than just my MacBook. So once I did that, now I use Dropbox to send the videos over to my MacBook, which still has great editing functionality, and I drop it into a program called Lightworks. Now, Lightworks is not the preferred method for many, because Adobe Premiere has some great ones, and I know a couple of the guys at ESPN that use even a third product for their production quality. But what you see in here, it's much better than average, and that's because a few tinkerings here and there can really bring the product up to what people are okay with seeing, and they weren't okay with seeing the MacBook. And that's why if you look on views from then until now, there's a clear difference. And when production value went like this, so does everything else. So does views, anything like that. But why I use Lightworks is because it's super easy to use. The functionality for somebody that had never edited before is great. So when you see some weird transitions and stuff, that's exactly where this is coming in. And then also, it's free, just like my work. So any of these suggestions that you guys like or anything like that, use them, please. It's all free for you guys to take and use. So that's one thing I love about Lightworks, and also super user friendly. I mean, super easy to use. I mean, I could probably teach a 10-year-old how to use it, which may not be helping my case, but again, imagine what I could do if the product is, if I were to be handed something like Adobe Premiere or anything like that, to where I already know an above average base of producing, but now if there's money involved and I get the opportunity to have some better products, and again, I'm not complaining about this in shop, it gets the job done great. I use my microphone over here. I love our quality of our podcast and what we do on a day-to-day basis here. But that's the pros to working with the pros, literally, is you have so many more things disposable. All right, if you want to see any of my editing techniques, I just didn't want to bore you guys with just me cutting video or adding a special effect. I don't think that anybody really gives a shit about that. But I love bringing that Jackson State idea over to Bussin' with the Boys to be a whole new level to Under the Hood, which already kicks ass on itself. But again, this is what we're doing. We're taking shit to the moon. That's exactly it. All right, Taylor, Will, hope you guys have a great Sunday. Have a glass on me, and we will catch up soon. See you, boys.